Good morning, everybody. New day, new plays. Let's get down to it. Gonna make some moves today. Already made some moves pre-market. Pretty pumped for the new week. We've got FOMC this week. We've got some big earnings this week. We've got Powell speaking on Wednesday. We've got GDP numbers for the first quarter coming out. Lots of data, lots of data, lots of data. So that's kind of what we're looking at today. Sean with 4 months in a row. Let's go. For those of you that are wondering what's the deal with Stocky, what's going on with him, where's he at? Unfortunately, we don't have any updates. Last we heard, there was a family emergency that he had early morning. Beyond that, we just don't have anything. So just be aware of that. Oscars last night, so lots of Oscars news. The U.S. is sending stuff to India to help. I am out of SNDL, so those of you that missed Saturday, guys, I do a weekly recap DD on Saturdays. The breakdown for this week was we did identify ETON, or I identified ETON as a play that I'm looking to get into. I need to free up capital to do that. I had a couple of different options. I could exit CLOV entirely and take those small gains, move them over. No, I'm not out of the options too. What I opted to do was close out my SNDL equity for a loss, actualize those losses. That'll be great come tax season, hopefully. That now I've actualized two of those losses, the big losses. Portfolio shouldn't be looking so painful anymore. FTOC is the only thing that I'm still operating on a loss, but FTOC, again, I'm willing to wait until the end of June for them to become Payoneer. I'm fine with holding that one a little bit longer. But I did exit SNDL. I will be waiting for an entry point on ETON today at some point. Guys, this is a just general disclaimer here. This is for education purposes only. I'm not looking to offer financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If you need one, you should seek one out. This stream is purely for educational purposes, for you to see how I trade, how I make my decisions. That's it. It's not in any way to be used as a trading indicator. You're not to take plays that I take. Do not try to shadow trade me. It's extremely dangerous. The risk analysis on my portfolio is off the charts. So please, please, please do not do anything that I do. Seek out a financial professional if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing and you're just dangerous enough to hurt yourself, please make your own decisions. Do your own due diligence. Okay, that's out of the way. Anyway, exited SNDL this morning. I've got about 10 grand to play with. It's probably heading into ETON. I don't know when today. At some point today, I will look for an entry on ETON. We have after hours numbers coming on the 15th. Remember, this is when CLOV blew up on potential numbers for their short interest. So once we have the actual numbers in this evening, we will be able to make a more accurate picture of what's going on out there. And when that happens, we're going to run. I'll make a decision whether I'm exiting CLOV entirely, or if it does show that there is a large. Yeah, I was getting close to $9 pre-market. I saw that. If the short numbers are anywhere near the numbers that they were talking about, 100% plus short interest, I will potentially look at that. Thoughts on Tesla for this week? I think Tesla is going to underperform. I really do think Tesla is going to underperform. Their Asian numbers, I don't think are going to be good. And I think they put a lot of weight on that. And I think it's going to be to their detriment. Now, Tesla's not one that I play often, guys. So my thoughts on Tesla are just that. Thoughts. I don't have positions in Tesla. As far as the options portfolio, guys, I did not change anything in the options portfolio. I am not planning to change anything in the options portfolio at this moment. Now, obviously, as always, I reserve judgment to do so. But right now, I like where the options portfolio is. I'm seeing a lot of scary stuff about crypto, guys, where people are moving, 80% of their portfolios into crypto. For me, guys, I'm using crypto as a kind of a hedge. It's not a plan to um, it's not a plan to make it the majority of my portfolio. So I'm slowly leveraging in on my wins into Ethereum. But as far as altcoins go, guys, I'm not going to touch them. Well, that's what we're going to come to terms with here, Harry, is are they including Class B shares or not? If they're not including, I I still don't understand the argument for including Class B shares in the float because those Class B shares don't exist yet. They don't exist. It's like a bookmark, right? It's a footnote. Even when this hits 20, 25, or $30, there's three different um, echelons that they can hit. When they're at those price points for over 90 days, those shares come into existence. But as for right now, here where we stand at a $9 CLOV, those shares don't technically exist yet. So I am still trying to wrap my head around how FactSet is reporting numbers that the total float includes shares that don't yet exist. Um, that's part of my problem. Now, the Class A shares, I have no issue with them counting Class A shares whatsoever. That's an immediate ban, buddy. Like, come on, get a clue, please. Like, yeah, get a clue, bud. Bye. Um, moving on. You want to be famous? Feels bad, man. To each their own. I have no desire to be famous. That's a pain in the ass. It's not worth it. Um, but yeah, guys, with the CLOV, even the Class A shares, I don't mind them counting the Class A shares as part of the whole float, but all of those are locked up till July. Ian Osborne, Chamath, they can't get rid of their shares till July. So they are there, and that's fine. I understand the counting those in the float, but the Class B shares technically don't even exist yet. So that's a bit of a problem for me. Um, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what the actual numbers are, and I'll make my decision on CLOV after that. I won't be exiting the warrants, guys. That's not going to happen. I'm going to hold the warrants. Those have nothing but time on them. But as far as the equity that I've got on CLOV, I will probably be looking to exit. So travel sector's been doing well, guys. Coke is looking like a decent place. This is saying ACRX and DGLY are moving pre-market. I see DGLY not really moving pre-market. I'm not sure where that's coming from. I just see it down a percent and a bit. Um, 21 stocks moving in pre-market. ACRX is up 10% pre-market. What the heck is going on there? Hmm. It's just another study. I think it's going to be a quick pump and then a decline. Yep, there's a lot of MVIS talk, guys. This is another. Well, this one is a mixture of two. It's both a short squeeze and a Bitcoin play. Um, Naked went up 10%. Losers, Digital Ally fell 3.5. It's recovered some of that. It's 1.7 now. Clover was floating around 8.99 earlier. It's 8.93 right now. Sundial is up pre-market to 85, which is where I exited. I am completely out of that position now. I am not going to be playing ACRX again until I see Vince actually making some moves. Lou watching, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Let me know how you found the stream or what it is that you trade. Yeah, these are really small gains, guys. I see it at a $1.27 right now, pre-market. So uh, these reports mean nothing until Vince can get his head out of the 1980s and actually start selling this thing properly. It just can't move. So my issue isn't that I don't like ACRX or Desuvia. I do like those products. What I don't like, guys, is the CEO. I don't. I think Vince's bonuses should be calculated based off of sales performance at this point, entirely based off of sales performance. Set sales metrics, and if they do not meet sales metrics, he makes no bonuses. He makes no pay raises because this man has had years to make sales happen on this, and he has failed at every step of the journey. So for me, I like ACRX. I'm a big fan of it in the long term. I think eventually they do need to part ways with Vince as CEO. I think he is a boat anchor on a speedboat. Um, don't like his job. Don't like what he's doing. I could give his presentation at this point. That his sales teams are still not in line with Zimmer, Biomet, and Lahola is a bit of a joke, really. Um, yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm at. I'm done with him. Um, with the schedule, guys, this week I'm not going to be doing full day streams like I was. I will be streaming till probably about 10:30, 11, and then I'm going to be creating long form content over on YouTube. So if you guys aren't already subscribed and following over on YouTube, I'll be putting out a video a day moving forward. So that's there for you guys. I'll drop the social links there in chat. Um, hopefully that works. I didn't see it go through there, but there we go. You can find YouTube on there, guys. What else? It is going to be an interesting week for the SPY guys. We had a lot of eco talk last week out of Biden. See what the power rankings are here. MBIS, AMC, OCGN. GameStop is not here, guys. GameStop pre-market is 150 right now. That time decay on GameStop, guys, I am continuing to watch it. I'm waiting for the day of fallout. There will come a day when price movement on GameStop starts to decline rapidly, and that'll be the day that the apes realize that they are bag holding and they are not apes any longer. People are not holding. Some of the apes are leaving, and as a result, any hope that this is GME to 1,000 is not going to come into reality. So I'm just waiting for that day. We've seen a slow decline on GME, but when it breaks below that 140 level, guys, I think that we start to see the free fall. I think we start to see it just obliterate itself off the face of the planet. Apes hold bag together. Maybe. We'll see what happens when it drops. When it drops to 140, we start to see an exodus. Apes aren't holding. Apes are running. But we shall see what we shall see. I imagine if we go into this, we will see. Okay, yep. There's that. I do feel slightly bad for GME because every time you go into their chat, it's just people plugging other stocks.
No, it's what I told you before. It's their it's a disaggregated focus. They're like, oh yeah, GME and AMC or GME and Bitcoin and stuff like that. There's no fucking focus.
That's Redemption being so cheerful in the morning. So good morning, good morning, good morning. We will be watching ETON out the gate, guys, because I am looking for a potential entry on it. So I know typically I like to run marbles. However, name is
I
Fred
just
Teal, CEO. Huh?
I'm just ecstatic because that Doge one got about 980 views currently, 108 comments, almost a ratio of fucking liked and disliked. But like, fuck, I don't care. It's engagement.
Yeah,
Apparently, this
and I mean
really stood
that's a really positive way to actually look at it. Is the ups and the downs don't matter, right? Are you not a part of Stocky's morning call anymore? Yeah, I already did the call.
I
I
think
did
I
the
got
call.
about another 5 minutes before.
I wouldn't count on that. I mean, Stocky wasn't there this morning, right?
No, I didn't even know. That's news to me.
Yeah, he wasn't there this morning. He had a personal emergency, so I did mine first, and then we moved to Colonel, and then so yeah, you might want to keep an eye on that.
I got 4 minutes.
He's been talking for like 20 minutes. He might be out of fuel. Just warning you. All right. Yeah, dislike bots go. Honestly,
Fine.
guys, with YouTube, engagement is engagement is engagement is engagement. So if you get likes, if you get dislikes, if you get comments in below that are like, you suck, this is the worst video ever, that's fine. That's not a bad thing, technically, as a content creator. To have engagement of any kind is a good thing.
Yeah, the bot doesn't care. And like, I'm basically dead on the inside, so I'm basically like a bot anyway. So negative comments, positive comments are all the same to me. All right, I'll be back, I guess.
But yeah, guys, there will be new YouTube videos every single day. Some of them will be about strategy as a whole, how to play the market, how to manage your portfolio. Some of them will be about, and those won't be financial advice. They'll be from personal experience of this is how I manage my portfolio as a thought process. But there will also be specific stocks, my breakdown on stocks, my thought process on them. That will be there as well. So that's there for you guys. Just looking at the sentiment on GME, I'm not seeing anything new. I don't know yet. I don't know the price movement of ETON, so typically I don't enter a position in the first 15 minutes of the market. It tends to buy up. The bid ask spread on ETON was actually a little bit crazy earlier. Where are we at now? Yeah, it's coming back down. It's an 816 bid, 825 ask. So with a 10-cent gap, I'll wait for the market to open. I'm not going to take a pre-market order on this. That the ask is 825 is kind of funny. Um, and there's no volume pre-market. There's just no market or no pre-market volume. So low float microcaps back on the menu. Don't know. Eton is a bio play. Yeah, for now it's a low float play. 187 average volume on it is what I'm seeing. So Emed, I'm not a fan of the psychotropic play. If I was to make a play on it, it would actually be Shroom F instead of Emed F. It would be SHRM F. If I wanted to make a play on that, and I don't. Um, Mushrooms, LSD, ecstasy. I'm not playing in that. Eton is a low float microcap. I'm not playing it because it is a low float microcap. I'm playing it because it is a very solid bio play. Just to be clear. Have I ever heard of XLY on the TSX? Oxley Cannabis. Canadian cannabis companies are a dime a dozen these days, guys. There's so many of them out there, especially where I am in Ontario. Like Hexo is a half hour drive that way. I can find farms for Tilray in my area. As you head into northern Ontario, there's pot companies everywhere. These penny stock Canadian companies, guys, they're cannabis is a dime a dozen. It's like back when bio first got hot. Every bio company in the world was starting to post numbers and show up. Yeah, I see it. It's another pot company. Green Organic Dutchman I've held in the past. Hexo I know of. These are kind of the smaller Canadian companies. Put 3K into this. There's no 1 year chart on it. Numbers in thousands. Okay, so they did 50 million. Net loss of $85 million last year.
Okay, so I was off by 4 minutes. Okay, but
No, it's not a full day stream, guys. I will be streaming till 10:30, 11. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I will be streaming till 10:30 or 11 all week, and I will be doing a YouTube video a day. So I am looking to expand the pre-recorded content for you guys. So all kinds of different strategies, my breakdowns on tickers, analysis of the market as a whole, processing news, forward-looking analysis. I'd like to have that stuff available as well as the live on YouTube. As well, YouTube rewards having both. So it's great that I'm able to go live like this every day with you guys, hang out for a few hours, and then have a growing library of videos to offer as well. So every day I'll be creating a video for you guys. Trying to get that done. It's also tax day for me. I'm going to do all my taxes this evening, so um, knock that video out and then head into tax mode, collect all my stuff, and get ready to go on that. The damage should be minimal this year, I think. CLOV's going to open at 9. We'll see. We'll see. The big thing with CLOV for me, guys, is the numbers tonight. Those short numbers tonight are the big deal for me.
I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal.
Well, we'll see.
I still think people are going to be several weeks behind, other than the normal. They're going to keep going back to that notion that fits their narrative, which they're going to be like, oh, it's actually 114, but it's actually because they denied it, it's 140% now.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's more so understanding what the short is. I think the short comes in at 50, 60, 70. That's a big deal. That'll have my ears perk up a little bit.
Uh,
But if that's not the case, if it comes in around 30, 40, I'll just be exiting and moving. Not my
it's
warrants, but just my equity.
I think the short interest is irrelevant. I think the other fundamental news that it has is more relevant, but because everybody's still on this whole, like they're still essentially hooked on phonics at this point, where they're still hinging on like, oh, it's short interest, the short sellers are suppressing this, blah blah. But no, I think there's different fundamental factors that are at play that is actually and could actually push this, like the healthcare bill.
Yeah, that's months down the road, though. I don't need to be in this now on the healthcare bill. They haven't even floored that for vote, so that I mean, there's no rush on
Yeah,
that for me.
urgency.
Yeah. Whereas ETON is a play into the end of the month. So, but guys, I did actualize the losses on SNDL, so I am out of SNDL. You'll notice when we look at the portfolio today, it's not going to look as red as you would have expected, with the unrealized P&L just being down 12 grand.
I can wipe Zom from my list now, right?
Zom's off mine.
Right. Adding CLOV to the watch now.
Share lever, it's a timing thing. I'm not opposed to SNDL. I still think that there's a play there, but I think the play is on the vote for legalization federally, and Schumer hasn't even floored that at the Senate level. So until I start seeing more movement out of them, which I don't think is going to happen before the end of May, ETON is a better place for me to have my money, and then I can look to a potential play further down the road on SNDL. I'm not gonna hold forever. Tesla, guys, again, Tesla making its apologies for China. China not necessarily buying it. Top news: Tesla apologizes. China disquiet mounts after owner protest. China's saying play nice with the people of China, and Elon's never been known to play nice with anybody in his life. So it's gonna be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. The last thing that you want to do as a North American company trying to make headway in China is to go to war with the CCP. It will go badly. You don't win that fight.
Right, with someone on their own home front, not a good idea.
Shocker. Yeah, I took an L on it. And that happens, guys. In the market, you have to take losses. There will be losses. But my thought on the losses are okay, so I took a loss on it, but is the play that I'm moving into going to make back those losses and more? And yeah, in the event of Eton, I think it is. I don't take a loss just to take a loss. Like, oh, I'm going to exit this because it's losing. That's not it. Um, the reason why no revenge trading, yeah, so revenge trading would be me taking a loss on SNDL and then treating it like a personal vendetta against SNDL because it cucked me for the loss, and then trying to take a position either in a competitor or coming back to SNDL later or taking a short side position against SNDL. I'm not doing any of that. As far as Peach goes, Eagle, I'm maintaining that I'm not giving Peach any airtime. Tim Sheff and his Peach company can do whatever the hell they want. They did get a class action lawsuit against them, but it'll be a drop in the bucket eventually. So, yeah, Mara's got the crypto summit tomorrow, guys. They will be speaking at that crypto summit, so it's not just the sector is going to have news. It's that Mara proper is going to have news or insights. So that's kind of cool. What else we got? FOMC meeting or FOMC announcement is going to have its update, as well as Powell speaking on Wednesday. Thursday we've got Q1 GDP from the US, so that's there to see. In the next couple weeks, we should also see the SHG uplisting, which is something that I'll be taking a look at for sure. Right now, I'm trying to decide. The battle plan that I had was to put it all in Eton, but I am considering actually splitting it 50-50 SHG Eton this morning. Just an uplisting for a Canadian company to the NASDAQ is always good money. Always. Those uplistings, you've got ETFs that need to acquire it when it uplists. So there's all kinds of buying that happens.
Fuck. Does anybody remember when Rita said that the where we're at for the DoorDash lock the lockup? I know she said it was early and we're actually in the phase now, but I don't know what day we're on.
I don't recall. I do not recall, sir.
A little weary of it because it just had this like monster fucking jump from like 130 to 150.
Um, with Zombie and SNDL, are you considering scaling yourself in more so? No. That's never been a strategy that I have, scaling in little by little. I just go in. Um, and there are times, yeah, as a Medica and SNDL where that works against me, but there's also times like DGLY, OCGN, OCGN last year, not this recent OCGN, but OCGN last year, DGLY, um, AMC that I've made massive gains on by just going in instead of slowly leveraging in and raising my dollar cost average every time I do so. I'd rather just get in. If the position looks good and I want to get in, I get in. Now getting out, I have done that differently. Different market though. Yeah, it's gonna be a different market all the time. I'm still a fan of get in. Just for me anyway. If I want to get in, I get in. Yo, what's up, man?
Oh, Wednesday.
Um,
Thanks, Wumble. I got time.
okay, I'm gonna grab a coffee, guys. I'll be right back. Redemption's on Mike, so if you guys want to ask questions, he's there. I will be back. We'll take a look at some tickers today as well. I haven't done that with you guys for a while, so I'd like to break down some of the tickers that you guys are looking at. Hopefully, give you some insights on that. Also, give me some ideas as to potential videos that I can do for you guys. Maybe we'll do some thoughts on that. 12.8K buy at 9. Nice. Yeah, CLOV is going to open the market over 9, it looks like, so that'll be interesting to see. GME is still floating around that 150 line. Everything looks kind of green this morning on my list anyway, but we'll see what we will see. A lot can happen in the first hours of the market for sure. So
Nicola's lockup is in 4 days. This is gonna be fun.
yeah, guys, the Nicola lockup, I just can't. I I can't see it going well. I think Milton is going to just make a run for it. To be honest, I think he's going to cash out, and when that happens, run.
Just him, everybody.
Well, it's going to start with him. It's definitely going to start with him. Um, Today's the 35th anniversary of Chernobyl. Some photos. This is Chernobyl before it happened. These communities that are just outside Chernobyl often remind me of Resident Evil games. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to those that stopped it from being far worse than it could have been. This is kind of crazy to see the city getting overgrown.
I mean, nuclear is the future, but everybody's just like, oh, but Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, and stuff. And it's not like technology can't advance.
Well, and it's also not like we had oil spills or things of that nature either, right? Like, show me a form of energy that has never caused some kind of a death of somebody. And if you say solar or wind, I'm going to laugh because there are people that have just been cleaved by the ice sheets that come off of those windmills. And as far as solar goes, I guarantee you there's somebody in a sweatshop somewhere dying building those solar things. That was your
Well,
favorite
not only that,
tangent
they
voice
generate
ever.
excessive heat.
Yeah, we call that cynical asshole redemption. That's how he likes to start Monday morning. That's where he's at. Kaylee Klein, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Market is about to open here, guys. So I'm going to open up the dashboard. No marbles today. We are watching ETON because I am looking to take a position in ETON today at some point. I want to have that up and ready to go. So
I have to
that's what we're
practice my
going to do.
voices for Friday because I'm playing D&D on Friday, and I decided to play something I said that was multi-rolled but useful. So I decided to play a bard. And tell me if you remember this reference, Millennial. So I'm going to be a half-elf bard that used to live in a wagon down by the ravine.
the Chris Farley, the Chris Farley
Yes.
board. You're going to end up in a van down by the river.
And we like I basically watched The Wedding Singer to get like inspiration for different types of songs and stuff like that I was gonna play. And
The bard is the scumbag of the D&D universe. Nobody plays a bard, and I tried to warn him ahead of time, but he went for it anyway.
I I had an idea because like he said that yeah the spells that you took like suggestion you can't convince them to like get opportunity attacked but you can't convince them to surrender. So I'm like, okay, great, I know how I'm gonna do it. So I was like, you know that song from Yoko Ono when she was at that live show where it was just like, oh, I'm just gonna do that constantly every time it's my battle phase for like a couple seconds, and then I'll suggest to them that if they want me to stop, I'll surrender. Stop being so annoying, I'll surrender. Sorry, to surrender, I'll stop.
Yeah, I am playing right now in the campaign that we're in. I play an elvish warlock who's actually an archer, so I'm proficient in archery. So I am a warlock with the genie capabilities, so I can float, fly, and I have archery proficiency. I'm a bit of a badass. I shoot things and blow things up. But yeah, big fan. I'd kick you out of the group too, man. Um, bloody melee dwarf trying with a crossbow from 500 meters. Yeah, the bow that I've got, I can shoot from 600 feet away. I can shoot from essentially the other side of the map and hit accurately for like 40, 50 damage a roll at level 7, which is just nuts. All right. I think that's the bell, guys. Market is open. Eton 816 out the gate. CLOV is sitting 897. It did come above 9, but it opened just below it. It's going to do this floating thing that we do every day. It looks like there's a sizable wall at 930, 940. But other than that, there's not much there. The volume isn't there, though. 300,000 volume on it. Very, very, very low. GME, guys, still 151. Seeing a lot of green. GME just went red. ACRX is up 4%. I don't know why. Really not a big fan of where ACRX is right now. Not something that I'm actively looking to get into. Is this right? Thanks for the follow. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade, what is driving MVIS. It is a Reddit meme for sure. It is definitely a Reddit meme, but also it's apparently running on the merits of a um, semiconductor play. Uh, SB led 6. Thank you so much for the follow. Let me know how you found the stream. What it is you trade. Uh, Eat my balls, bears. Okay. So yeah, it's up to 20 guys over 6 months. It went up to 23 and then came down to as low as like 10. Now it's back up to 20. Who knows if it goes further? ASTS is not one that I know, nor have I heard anything about it. AST Space Mobile. Yeah, not of interest to me. Um, we'll be watching ETON closely throughout the day here, though. I'm hoping that this comes back down around 11. It seems like their chart typically does come down. Remember the NPA SPAC? No, I don't. There's so many SPACs, guys. There's like 200. SHG opened 400% up. No, that doesn't say 400. That says 14. Portfolio's green down the day. I'm up 2%. Let's go to the Canadian margin. Yeah, I'm up 14% on the day. Looking nice and green on SHG. That uplisting is just getting closer and closer and closer. Now, I did not buy ETON pre-market. I wanted to wait and see. The bid ask was too split on it for me to get in right out the gate. So for me, I was waiting. I don't think it holds as 820. I think we see ETON come back down, personally. But we'll see what we get here over the next little bit. 908, yep. CLOV, making moves. I've got it at 906, but yeah, slowly moving. 908, there it is. I'm probably going to make a video on Tuesday about ETON, Jacob. The video from Saturday, that analysis of ETON is right at the end. Just before I left, we did a breakdown of ETON and what it was and my thoughts on it. But ooh, damn CLOV dubs. CLOV dubs. Let's see what we got. CLOV dubs up $600 already today. My equity's up 700. You'll note, guys, that the loss column here is down significantly because I have exited SNDL. I actualized that loss. I've got about 11 grand to get in on. Morning, good morning, good morning. Ultimate Low, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Yeah, guys, I'm not into the shroom scene. I get it. I get what the thought process is on it, but yeah, it's just not my bag. It's not something I will be trading. ETON is not moving. Is ETON halted? There's just no volume. It just doesn't move. Is that what we're saying? Guys, with SNDL on that note, unfortunately, I am still in SNDL on my options, guys, but I did exit the equity this morning in order to move it into another play. It's going well. I can't argue when your portfolio is up a couple grand on the open, so pretty happy about that. Up 1,500 US, up another 1,000 Canadian. So a couple of grand pre-market, not bad, or on the bell, I should say. But all in all, looking pretty good. Pretty happy about that. About a million volume on Clover, so not terrible volume on it right now. GME is down slightly. DGLY is down slightly. ETON is up a little bit. I think what I'm going to do with ETON is I'm going to put in a sitting at 816 here. I'm going to put in an $8 bid with some volume and see if it'll come down and grab that. So let's do, can we do 1250 on this? Probably not, eh? At 820, maybe 1200.
Hey, Millennial, can you verify this? I'm putting it in a chat. I've never heard of PitchBook, but it's something I'm guessing it's relatively new.
Tokopedia merger acquisition was announced on April 19th. Not
Yeah,
that
that
I
doesn't
know
make
of.
sense to me.
Tokopedia merger.
I mean, like they've been relatively quiet, so
This is as of April 26th, as the merger talks between Gojek and Tokopedia fall through. Yeah, I'd say that's wrong. It looks like this was a little bit too early that they attached that date to it. Do I see CLOV squeezing this week? We'll see potentially based off of the numbers that come out tonight on the short interest. I think we're going to see whether or not there's movement on CLOV that will validate or verify the short squeeze hypothesis. I think CLOV is just a really solid play as a whole. I don't know that it happens this week or not, but we'll see. I mean, I put in an order at 8:05. I don't know that's going to come down to that. Maybe I should move this up to 8:10. I'll put it in at 8:10 and see if I can get it there. Again, guys, for those of you watching on Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, we can see you in the chat. Just because I am actively on Twitch does not mean that I cannot see you and interact with you and engage with you. You guys can see your names pop up there in chat. Everybody knows what you're saying, so feel free to type away. But yeah, I think CLOV is in a really good position. I'm not really sweating it. What I am watching closely is for the day of fallout from GME, and I think that we are getting closer and closer to that. The more that there is sideways or downward movement. What's the DD on ETON? Did you miss something? Saturday, guys, every Saturday from 1 till 4, I do a weekly recap and then DD for the upcoming week to make a strategy. You guys can go back to the video. It's available over on YouTube. You can see my last stream. What I'm able to do, it was right at the end that we broke down ETON, so you can go right to the end of it. Mindscale, thanks for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. ETON doesn't move because nobody wants to do anything with it. Well, I've got an 810 in on it. I am seeing that typically it does fall away a little bit. I don't do TA, Berto. I really try to stay away from TA because it's not how I trade. It's definitely not how I trade successfully. I looked at TA for about 2 weeks and realized that it just wasn't for me. I'm an FA trader. I have been for the past year, and I've seen sizable success on it. So I don't TA. Yeah, I'll wait for a vote on that. I think that it's going to be more of a state by state thing and less of a. We've got this at 821. Whatever. I'm arguing over pennies here. This is stupid. I just want to get into this play. Whatever. You want the penny? I'll give you the penny. I'll leave it at 822 and see if they'll grab it. I got to drain real quick here, guys. I will be right back. 2 seconds. Watch CLOV and GME while I'm at it. GME showing some downward decline. Again, guys, GME falls below 140. I think we're going to have a wild ride. I don't think that anything is going to see the level of movement that we saw on GME. And my thoughts on that are this. Funds that are holding short positions on anything that people are talking about with CLOV are going to have exit strategies already in place. With GME, they got caught with their pants down. They didn't realize what could happen if they get caught. Um, Funds all have, as part of their risk now, something in place for even when Wall Street Bets or a Wall Street Bets like following moves against your position. They all have something in place now for that. I don't think we ever see something run like GME did off of social hype. Well, I can't say ever again, but for the interim right now, when those risk analysis have that in play, I don't think so. What's my price target on CLOV? I think reasonably it should be up around that $20 range. That it's down at the $8-9 range is a bit ridiculous to me. I think it belongs around the 20. I think at the run, when it does eventually run, I think it could go to around 30, but then come back down and consolidate around that 20. So that's kind of what I'm waiting on. I'm not planning to exit my warrants, guys, on CLOV. I'm going to hold my warrants for a time and slowly exercise out of them, 1,000 at a time. But I think 20 is quite reasonable for what they are and what they do. If the Medicare Medicaid does come down to 50, I think that that's going to be a big pump for them, and that may actually make it better for 30. If you may have to dump some of his shares, that'll be a slight blow. That's not till July though. There's a lot of time. Thoughts on the recent MVIS move? It's definitely a WSB pump in my opinion. I like Mara better if we're going to be playing that. If we're going to be playing Bitcoin plays, Mara for me is the stronger play, in my opinion. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah. Yep. Ratios, there can be all kinds of ratios: 10-to-1, 5-to-1, 3-to-1. These ones are 1-to-1, which is really nice. I can't trade ARBKF still. For me, I don't know. Peripheral nerve stimulation treatment. That's not the I don't think that that's competition. That's like acupuncture, modern acupuncture. It doesn't treat the same thing. Um, yeah, so find out the exchange rate, but also find out strike and expiry. Hey, not at all, Jinwoo. Thanks for swinging by, man. Um, nice little Eton pop. Yeah, I still haven't got filled on this. I'm gonna cancel this order and wait it out. I don't think Eton's going like I'm not chasing Eton up. I think by 11 it'll come back down. Um, I'm not chasing it. Do I know the legal reporting requirements for companies buying crypto? I don't know that there are legal requirements at the moment. I think that banks are saying you should report your crypto holdings as assets, but I don't think there's any legal on the books for that. Yeah, I'm not in a rush on it. I don't have to pull the trigger on this today, so I'm probably not going to do that. If I'm looking at the levels on Eton, yeah, the bids are all super small, and the gaps on them are massive. So one at 825, 100 at 817. I could put 1,000 at 805, and it might come down to grab that if the market makers get bored. Which is probably what I should be doing here. Is going here and going here and buying. Um, sure I'm in the right account here. Yeah, so you can tell almost right away. It when they say it's for chronic and acute pain, it definitely always means that it's more about chronic. It demeans lasting chronic pain. Acute pain is not what things like that are built for. They're talking about post-operative. Dasuvia is used pre-op and post-op. So for you to, it's not a complete competitor to Dasuvia. Would be my thought on it. Also, as far as let's say you're coming out of heart surgery and they offer you some kind of neural treatment. Um, what are my thoughts on space? It's back down to that 2022. They got to get a ship in the air, and they haven't been able to do that. Um, is Starbucks earnings today or tomorrow? I don't know. Starbucks isn't one that I've been watching. Buying crypto is like buying an asset or property. I think that is the debate. Is it a currency or is it an asset? If it's a currency, I don't really disclose my cash on hand, right? Like I don't disclose if I convert my Canadian dollars to US dollars, I don't disclose that. And I think that there is an argument that can be made that cryptocurrency is a currency. So I know Space has dropped news about new models, but I just got to be honest, guys. I don't see unless they can get it up in the air and flying, it's going to be a problem. You still tax on FX gains? No. Again, I don't trade forex. Yep, Rico Rico, and that's the strat I'm having on it. Is I'm buying. I'm just going to buy crypto. There is a 4,800 sell on ETON at 839. I think that's what this is buying up to. And when it hits that, it looks like there's no more buyers on this thing until back down to the 800 level. So Neo versus CCIV, Neo. When you've got the Chinese government backing your production, I think Neo is the name of the game. I like Neo more than Tesla in China. Okay, let's go to holdings. I'm up 3.5% today, guys. Everything in the portfolio is green. SHG is doing nicely. Your 828 bid on CLOV. Yeah, CLOV's 925. Not upset about Clover's price movement today. We'll see what it does here out the gate or after hours when those numbers come in, but um, not bad. Not bad. So Eton did come back down to that 820, but the volume is so low. Yeah, I like the FA on Mara. I just like the FA. I think Mara has. For those of you that know about Mara, you know that they have next gen ant miners coming online, the bulk of them by April, which means that um, their first quarter numbers are going to look really really good. And yeah, Bitcoin's come down a little bit, but let's be honest, it's hardly free falling, right? Like Bitcoin's still 50 grand. Ethereum up 10%. Like, I'll take that. Yeah, there's no volume as far as bids on ETON until you get down to the like 760 level, and even then it's minimal volume. We're talking like 2,000. My order at 806 actually is probably the biggest volume until you get down sub 760, $7. So I'm happy to wait on this. I think the market makers get bored on it and they'll move down and grab me. Thoughts on Traveloka for BTWN? I'm curious about their financials. Good reopening play if they get DA. BTWN, I'm wondering whether they're actually still looking at that or not. I don't know that that's confirmed. GCD Games, thanks for following, man. Much appreciated. What do I think about Bluebird Bio long term? I think that there is the ability for Bluebird to come back. They did have a pretty terrible outing when they were denied on their major drug, but I think that they do have the ability to activate a new pipeline and come back. But that's long term. You're talking a 5-year play on that. Scopus Biopharma said the investigational new their IND application was filed to the U.S. IND is way too early. IND is way too early. I do not play IND. You're talking pre-phase one. Um, that's cavity emptor penny stock kind of stuff for bio. I just can't do it. CLOV come back down to 906. GME buy up to 152. ETON 829. And just sitting, just waiting. Yeah, but it's an IND. I'm not waiting 5 years. That's nuts. Gonna trust that the market makers are gonna move this around today. What I was looking at was the 30-minute one for the past little while, and it looks like usually around. So this one, yeah, usually around 11. If it's gonna dip down, it dips down sometime around 11. Um, let's say if it's gonna dip down, it might not dip down on the day, but yeah, usually heading into 11 it does. Yeah, you can post and I'll let you know if it's if I think it's a pump and dump anyway. I did not see the link on TV shows with farm salmon. AQB is another really solid play with a lot of potential. I am in calls on that one. Yeah, for me that's a pump. I don't like MD. I think that it's too much too soon. We're still working on getting pot legalized. We're still working on getting pot legalized. Shrooms is not going to just piggyback into the next thing. This is one of the things that a lot of the anti-pot advocacy groups said was that if you legalize pot, what's next? Ecstasy, acid, mushrooms, cocaine. Like how far? When does it stop? And the assurance was that no, that's not how this is going to work. It's just going to be legal in Oregon. Yeah. That legal in Oregon does not mean that we are seeing mass ready adoption for shrooms across the country. I don't see it, guys. Especially since a lot of the bills, well, ecstasy, meth, not even once. It stops at heroin. Anything but heroin is good to go. Okay. Yeah, no, for me, guys, I don't see it. That Molly, all in coke. That's not the kind of coke I was talking about. But yeah, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go back here. ETON 824. Move this up to 811 and see if I can get it come down because there's already an 800 share offer there. Momotan, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Let me know how you fun stream, what it is you trade. CCIV is doing well. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that there's rapid adoption. It took 30 years to get gay marriage legalized. That was a fight from the 70s into the 2000s, and they're still fighting the legality in many ways. Um, I can't give you advice about entry or exits. Sean Seven I can't tell you about entries or exits. AMD is in a highly coveted space right now. Chip shortage, semiconductors, mining. AMD is in a really good spot. I'm bullish on AMD as a company, but I can't advocate your position to buy or sell a security. You got to come to your own decision on that, when and how and if you exit. Good weekend. Good weekend. I got the DD done. The book, by the way, for the week, guys. I updated the reading list. The book for the week, if you guys are watching over on YouTube, the link is down below for the reading list on Amazon. The book for the week was The History of the US in 5 Market Crashes. I highly recommend you read this book, guys, whether you are a TA or FA trader. Okay. The reason why is there were a lot of great signs as to where things could go. Um, where we are currently, there's a lot of similarities with the 1907 crash, which is where they start. But then looking at what happened 1907, 1920, 1987, 2000, 2010, there's a lot of very similar things that start to happen, not just politically or economically, but socially around those times that you can start to draw lines between it and kind of connect the dots. I highly recommend it. It was a great read. Didn't take too long. It was about 7, 8 hours on 2 times read, so not too bad. But it was a great read. I have not watched it yet. I was busy this weekend. It's on my list of things to do. I will probably start binge watching it today. Does the PDT apply to cash accounts? Its magic was taken. I'm Canadian. We don't have PDT. Basically toxic. Thanks for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the stream, what you trade. I listen to them on Audible, so I listen to it at double time. Okay. ETON's got no volume, so I'm going to go back over here, and at least CLOV and GameStop are moving. It looks like CLOV is trying to take 920 and set it as a new level. Um, yeah, I'm not arguing whether or not psychedelics work. I'm arguing that the legalization and ready adoption of it is unlikely. Um, Even in Canada, it's unlikely. It's just not a priority. We just legalized weed, and we're still figuring it out in Canada. Um, Cash settles in 2 days still, I think, right? Again, Canadian trader, so we don't have to deal with it. Oregon always goes a bit far. That's Oregon. All right, let's hop over to StockTwits and see what the chatter is. See what's trending. Rankings. MVIS, XXII, this is on the tobacco, FRX, Wood, Ocugen, Approval, and Wall Street Bets. I think somebody was trying to tell me that Ocugen wasn't a Wall Street Bets play. And based off what I'm seeing on Swaggy stock, it most certainly is a Wall Street Bets play. Um, it is. Clove is on here as well, though. Not really picking up any volume on it. I'm interested to go over into their into the Reddit and see what's going on there. Yeah, Clove After Hours is going to be very, very interesting. Morning, and you betta. How you doing, buddy? Congress, it's to limit risk by discouraging day trading. Actually, increases risk by encouraging options and forcing overnight holds. Yeah, Canada has a policy of just that there's no PDT. It's your money. If you lose it, you lose it. But if you win, you better believe Canada's there with its hand out saying, "Pay me." Um, this is funny. Did you see this news, Redemption?
Hmm.
The federal government is going after credit card companies because of the interest rates that they're charging on credit. And I'm thinking to myself, pot kettle. They just don't like the competition. You're gouging the low and middle class. That's our job.
A
True.
farce.
Okay, what did I want to do? I wanted to head over to Reddit and see what was going on inside the bets, see what people are talking about as the YOLOs of the day. I imagine we're going to see a lot of MBIS. I imagine we're going to see OCGN for sure. McTaint, thanks for the follow, man. Let me know how you found the stream, what it is you trade. Yeah, student loans, right? This is hilarious. Okay, there's the latest, guys. Let's go to the daily discussion thread, see what they're talking about today. Let's go to the YOLOs. Top YOLOs: MVIS, Oxy, CLOV, MO, Huyen Doyu. There's CLOV. So this is actually how I the media portrays Wall Street bets, and this is a perfect screenshot. Okay, Matt says if you buy this and never sell, you can't lose. It literally can't go tits up. Literally going tits up tits going literally tits, boobies, tatas. Is that a nipple? This is why this is why the mainstream media is having a hard time understanding this culture. That's how quickly it degrades into nothingness. Uh, I don't know anything about this company. I'm in. Seems like the only logical conclusion. Sheesh, the logical would have been I'm all in. Okay, so this is the DD that they're pointing to. I'm not saying there's not great posts with good DD. I'm just saying that these are the screenshots that mainstream media takes to portray the level of DD that's on these stocks, especially when they're doing what I'm doing here and reading the YOLOs, right? Posts like this are gonna make me f around and spend another 2 grand on this dumb shit. Lord help me, do it. You're not down. You may have downs though. I'm starting to think we all do. Bruh, genius. Sorry, I meant we're all geniuses. Up syndrome. Uh, just read the CLOV subreddit and read the wiki. It's good shit. Made that mistake a few weeks ago. Lost 12K of profits. Good enough for me. I'm in. Was it on the wheat stocks? I bought Tilray Afria Sundial at highs. What a dumb move I made there. No clue if I will ever get back up. Yeah, Sundial was the highest one I had lost. Oof, I bought at 140. I'm still not back up. SOB, I'm in. 900 shares checking in. Been watching this up for a while. Going in 2K, looking for a rocket. There's a nuke inbound. I'm at an 855, ready to buy more. Stock is heavily shorted. Yeah, that's why people are gambling on it. Small position of shares and calls. I'm in so deep. Let's look at the call volume. Up syndrome, yeah. Crazy. All right, let's check out the call interest though on CLOV. because I am still holding CLOV options. The 1250s have 46,500 on them. The interesting one here, guys, is the 15s have almost 60 grand on it now. And the 30s have like 33 grand. This is pretty crazy. And obviously, this is the YOLO money, right? You have $10 calls. Yeah, there's a lot at 10. There's a lot at 1250. There's a lot at 15, 1750, 20, and then 30. It's going to be interesting to see. It really is. Jeez, look at GME. GME's doing a thing. Look at GME, guys. She gonna get halted? GME 160. It's heading. It's just going. The squeeze is squoozing. GME to the moon. GME 1000. Let's go, baby. Woo! Not again. Not like this. Not like this. And here we go again. Do I have any GME position? Yeah, I've got a short. I've got a put, I should say, against it for January. $7 put. Here's an expensive gaming table for you and your fam. Ooh. Yeah, I've seen this. I've seen this. This is sick. There's a lot of these custom gaming tables that are really cool. The problem is these tables, like this wouldn't fit my family, right? There's 10 of us. This is not nearly a big enough table. Yeah, guys, anything that is stateside, I just can't. It's not about GME reaching 7. It's about there being downward movement on it that is so high, so fast. I just exit on that. It doesn't need to strike. I'm not waiting for it to go to strike. I'm waiting for the day of free fall, which is happening. What do you think of my position? The link is safe. 10 out of 10. Not a virus.exe. Yikes. Only 12K. Thank you for your info. Might ride both. Why not? Yeah, guys, the US EV sector is flooded. With Ford and GM throwing their hat in the ring, you've got Tesla, there's FSR, there's Nikola, there's Hyliion, there's CCIV, there's Lordstown, there's just so much competition in a sector that doesn't even warrant that. Yeah, so yeah, there's so much, guys. There's so much competition in a sector that hasn't shown a need. There's no demand. Overwhelming supply with no demand is never a great recipe. All right, you guys want to have some fun? We can go watch the apes set free. Better believe that the apes are going to be losing their shit on this movement. Here we go. Just got news this morning that one of my buddies' moms, who had been battling cancer, is unfortunately. Um, no, that's not the charity stream. The charity stream is for the 16-year-old who's like a nephew to me. By the way, guys, we did cover his first month of chemo, so that was kind of cool. Big shit out, guys. I did see the link. Unfortunately, he has an extremely rare type of leukemia, Snow, Philadelphia plus, that makes him resistant to most chemotherapies. On top of that, he has diabetes, which can be something that you contract with leukemia. He has contracted it, so not only is he dealing with the leukemia that cannot be treated by most forms of chemo, he's also dealing with diabetes, which is completely new to him. He never had diabetes before, so he's in a real shit situation, but he's getting through. Big shout out to you guys here in the stream. You guys being here makes it so that I can get those partnerships like currency.com, which allowed me to cover his first month's chemo. That may not seem like a lot, but to a family in the US that's struggling to pay bills, uh, especially the medical bills that rack up, anything that you can do is good, right? Now, that's good on you guys. It's good on you guys. Thank you for being here and being a part of that. I do appreciate you guys thumbs upping on YouTube as well. When you head over there and you guys engage, you leave a comment or you thumbs up. That's awesome. Yeah, it's more expensive than that. Thankfully, they do have medical insurance, but even with medical insurance, the chemo alone is costing them $1,500 out of pocket a month. So, not terrible, but still an added $1,500 a month just for the chemo. That's not the diabetes treatment. That's not any of that. That can add up in a big way on a family. So, anything I can do to help, I'm happy to do that. Um, like I said, the charity stream is still planned, guys. I probably will do that. Do you have a long term position BlackBerry? Yeah, I do. I have leaps into 2023 on BlackBerry. Um, I've got BlackBerry $12 calls for January 2023. So, SOCOM, what's up? Charity stream is still a plan, guys. CLOV trying 920 again. I think it's going to try 920 all day. It's going to try to make this the new level. And then tonight's going to be nuts, guys. I know that there's a lot of people that are giving me shade on the short numbers don't really matter because they're 2 weeks overdue. That's not true, in my opinion. In my opinion, that information is enough to drive. If people see new confirmed short numbers coming out that look obscene, it's going to be. Yeah, guys, the argument about EV and gas vehicles disappearing in the next 15 years, understand that that's a great PR headline during an eco event, but they've been saying that shit since the 70s. They said in the 70s during the first push on EV. They said again in the 80s. They said it. Am I going to be hanging out in Discord tonight? I am. I'm not going to go live tonight, guys, but I am going to be in the Discord from 4 o'clock till 5. So if you guys don't have the Discord, this is it. But I will be hanging out in the Discord, guys. Night. In the 90s, it did. The EV2 was supposed to revolutionize the automotive industry, and it was going to happen. It was going to be a big deal, and it was going to be. We have the technology now. Surely it can't compare to the 70s and 80s. Yeah. All I'm saying, guys, is the timelines that those governments have set are unlikely to be met. And any promises coming out of the major countries, China, Russia, just laugh that one off. That scares me. Throwing 100K at a 1 day till expiry out the money option is a YOLO. Yikes! No, I'm not going to be playing Overwatch. I've got taxes to do tonight, and I've got yeah. It's not even just campaign promises. This was at the whatever that conference was. Was it Paris that they were at? Um, the timeline of 2030 or 2035. I don't think so. You got kicked out of CLOV? What? Oh damn, CLOV 940. Well, that jumped pretty quick. The pump. You still don't understand the play where you sold CLOV to buy CLOV W, then sold ZOM to buy CLOV. What was the thought process again? The thought process was the warrants had longer expiry and better payout potential. And then ZOM, I decided that with the news of the direct sale team, that's going to take them longer to build up a sales pipeline. So I wanted out. Price on CLOV right now, ladies and gentlemen, is 934. We are seeing a little bit of a pump. Interesting that it's like a 10-minute delay off the GME. I wonder if we just see it do the same thing here. Now, all of a sudden, guys, know that GME is going to claim cup and handle here. This is going to come back up to 158, and then they're going to go, look, see, it's a cup and handle. It's a bullish sign. It's going to go to 1,000 now off that. Okay. We are here to pump you up. Yeah, no. CLOV, guys, again, I think tonight is going to be a little nutty. China is the world's largest adopter of EV and green energy. It's also again, numbers that come out of China, guys, always with a grain of salt. And their carbon emissions, I guarantee you, are not accurate. They are the CO2 emissions, their greenhouse gases are nuts. The Suzanne Trimbeth AMA. No, I don't do AMAs. Yeah, every time you see the cup and handle pattern, it's obviously going to go 10x. Come on, guys. That's how that works, isn't it? That's how you identify that pattern and get in on it. No, am I wrong? Okay, my bad. Do I doubt that eventually we will move over to more of an EV presence? Yes. Do I believe that we are going to see in North America no fossil fuel powered vehicles in my lifetime? No. I will be dead and people will still be driving diesels. People will still be driving gas vehicles. Anywhere remote. If you're talking Northwest Territories, if you're talking the Yukon, if you're talking Alaska, if you're talking even Northern Ontario, they are not going to switch to EV. They are going to drive diesels and gas into forever. The other thing is with Canada, people look at the breakdowns of greenhouse gas emissions and they lose their mind because Canada's so high on it. And the reality is, all of those charts that you see are per capita. We just have no people, and we put out a typical North American emission. The crazy thing with the emissions in Canada is the majority of that is not coming from our vehicles, but rather from heating, the heating costs. and that's not going to go away. Uh, as far as China's being a lead adopter, yeah, that's very true in the headlines that there's a lot of that there. But I would their their emissions have only increased, despite what their charts say. With their industry going full tilt, their emissions have only increased. There's been no decrease. And anytime that they report there has, that's like me believing their COVID numbers. It's just not going to happen. I don't buy it. Wow, we are through 940 on CLOV. Uh, hey, Redemption, are you around?
Yeah, I just got back.
Take a look at CLOV.
While I do that, look at Panel.
Hair. More global warming means less heating required in Canada, which means less CO2. So what you're saying is Canada should increase their emissions for the good of the world.
We got to catch up and then say that, oh, we have a problem, and then come back down. $10. That's all I see.
So nothing till
Nothing
10.
big.
Interesting.
I mean, it's the same algorithmic bullshit where it's just like, it's at the dollar stuff.
Yeah, but that's how adoption works. The wealth of the world buys into new technology, bringing the price down from obscene to absurd for smaller countries. And then the wealthy people in the smaller countries, the African countries that are facing poverty, the wealthy in those countries start to buy it, and then that brings the price down in their own countries. And then the middle class, and then it gets lower and lower and lower and lower. Oh, okay, yeah, I agree with that, Chem Life. That China is adopting. So we're seeing the headlines of NEO and LI, and that they are creating EV vehicles. Will have other people also interested in creating EV vehicles. Absolutely, I don't disagree with that. All I'm saying is that the promises that we are seeing a fossil fuel free automotive industry by 2035 in North America is not gonna fucking happen. There's no way.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, check out Panel. Very odd how Friday and today is just weird volume pickup on this thing. Pangea Logistics.
Pangea Logistics. What is this? All right. You have my interest. Let's see. What is it? Transportation, logistics, bulk cargoes, grains, coal, iron ore, pig iron, hot briquette, iron, bauxite, alumina, cement, clinker, dolomite, limestone, Rhode Island.
All the
18
shipping companies. Why is
ships.
this printing?
They had earnings in March. Volume is 2 million on the day. What's its average volume?
A lot lower.
A lot lower. Okay. We're working in accurate numbers now, are we? Pan L. Are you seeing this on Darkpool as well? Is that what made this pop for you?
It came up on Darkpool. That's why I'm saying.
Average volume 200,000. Today already 2 million.
Yeah, so a lot. And look, the Friday had a huge spike too, but no one saw that, and I didn't see the Darkpool till today.
So why? Why would this have that giant volume? The revenue projections are not that great. Is there some kind of a shipping agreement happening?
I don't know. Freaking someone knows something.
Capesize rates, Capex 18-month high on strong China demand for iron ore. This. Capesize rates at 18-month high on strong demand from China. High iron ore prices support freight rally. And these guys principally ship what? Was iron ore on that list? Yeah, coal, iron ore, pig iron, hot briquetted iron. That's what this is.
Possible Chinese contract incoming.
Yeah. But the price hasn't moved on that volume, which is also what's interesting, right?
Someone's front running it. That's why.
Okay. Yeah, I'll grab 1,000 shares on it. I'll grab 1,000 shares on it.
Wait, I thought you had no capital floating around.
Well, I cleared my my SNDL today,
Huh.
which was meant to go into ETON, but if this is going to show an imminent pump over the next, like all it takes is somebody taking the top off of this, right?
I mean, like these things usually take typically about 3 to 4 weeks to pan out, but I've seen it go a lot slower, like 6 months sometimes. But that was mostly based on the ETF and foreign companies, which takes forever. If it's like an American specific company, it's usually fits in the 3 to 4 week time frame, but not a guarantee.
Yeah, I'll put in my sell order with it, but I don't mind that. I'm not out of my options on SNDL. I'm out of my equity. Yeah. Um, yeah. Interesting. It's interesting at the least. I'll put $1,000 in it. I still have 9 grand to be playing elsewhere with, so um, I'm still going to be watching Eton for entry. What's the reason on what? The reason I'm out of SNDL is because I think Eton's going to move first. Yeah, I think Eton's going to move first.
Yeah, the dark pool is at 304 millennial, 1.5 million.
Yeah, I think somebody knows something. And with the news on iron ore being through the roof, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. All right, I am going to drain, and I will be right back. Yeah, GME's volume on the day, guys, is 1.8 million.
We're in that phase now, Millennial, where I was talking about. We're in the 6th week of that phase right now. So if I was at an institution, I'd be taking my short positions now. Because the next news article is going to be like, why is GameStop falling today?
Yeah, CCIV is up 18% on the day, guys. So the narrative here looks to be anything that is a short is getting cut. On Panel, it's to hold it and sell it for a gain whenever. I've got $1,000 in it, or I've got 1,000 shares of it at 317. I'm green on it right now. Is there news on A3X or just a random run? It's a random run. Let's go to the scanners, guys. Let's watch. RVPH up 40%, PFPT up 31, OCGN up 25, CSPR up 22, LMAC, LKCO, DSAC, CCIV, units and equity, VLDR, laser, TWCT, FTFT, AMP-G, abnormal volume or unusual volume. Panel's on this list. What the hell is RVPH? I don't play Tesla, guys. It scares the shit out of me. I don't play it. RVPH. Reviva Pharmaceuticals. Did they get an approval? Positive results, phase 2 clinical. So this is going to come back down. Panel doesn't have warrants. Yeah, guys, I be very cautious with this. This is phase 2. Am I short anything? Any stocks? No, I don't. I've got puts. I've got some puts, but I don't carry shorts. I've got a GME put for January, and I've got a Macy's put for this month. You've been in MEDF for years. What happens to your shares tomorrow when they go on the NASDAQ? When they go to the NASDAQ, ETFs will buy. It will go up in price and find a new level. And then, depending on news and approvals, it will move off of that. Do most FDA trials fail? I can't say most. A lot do. Anything, when you guys are trading on phase 1, phase 2 biopharma, guys, that's super risky. Super, super risky. Yes, there's a pump on the day for sure, but then we hit what I call biodegradation. We just see it decline until the next piece of news. And if one of the future trials just fails, the whole thing obliterates itself off the map. It no longer exists as a stock. So you worked for them. I hate this shit. Taking advantage of people like this, like, great, you found a picture of an old dude with a sign saying can get 100,000 likes, but that's not for you that he wants that. He wants that on his original post that you stole this from, you scumbag. Ugh, unreal. Rip, this is trending. Is Visual publicly traded? No, thank the Lord for that. There'd be a free fall on that outrage. Yeah, PDUFA is a different thing because you're already through phase three. PDUFA is just for the ability to actively market the product. So the only time that you don't see a PDUFA really being of interest is, let's say you go through a phase three trial, right? And let's just use, I was explaining this to my wife this morning. Let's say Tylenol, for example, right? You've been testing an alternative to Tylenol. But what you discover is you go through phase three and then you file for your PDUFA. But in the PDUFA, it shows that it's only half as effective as Tylenol for twice the price. You may have your PDUFA rejected on that grounds of why would you want to market something that is less effective but more costly. You might see a PDUFA rejection on that, but it's extremely rare that, given how expensive it is to progress from phase one to phase two to phase three, that you would even file for a PDUFA if you don't see that there is some kind of either a cost savings or an efficacy increase, for the most part. It's very interesting, Redemption, that there was that spike on volume, and then it hasn't really done anything.
Yeah, it's the news hasn't come out yet, probably.
CLOV warrants are 280. Yeah, I'm up $2,000 on them today. So this is specifically around iron ore news. So let's take a look at what I can find on trending iron ore news. News about iron ore. Oh, here's a Reuters article. China steelmakers snap up high-grade iron ore on strong profits. Pig iron production up. Top grade iron ore with 65% iron content is selling at record spread over ores with 62 and 58, while the spread between benchmark and lower grade ores risen to a 4-year high. Steel companies are chasing high production now as they are profitable. Demand for low grade ores is not very good. You're not keen to take those profits. Even if they don't, that doesn't matter here. What I need to understand better is Panel. I need to understand why. There's news of copper popping to its highest. ETON? Yeah. Okay, so they trade during the ice seasons, which provides superior profit margins, rewarding the companies for investment in specialized vehicles and expertise. Pangea is employing an asset-light strategy with the majority of the fleet chartered in on short-term contracts to allow for quick adoption to changes in the market environment. Okay, this is saying Cartesian is the major shareholder on this. So I am wondering if this is Cartesian. Cartesian Capital Group. Yeah, Cartesian Capital is trading under GLBL. Is there anything on GLBL? Redemption, can you take a look at GLBL and see if there are warrants on it? No, I'm not doing a long stream today, guys. I'm doing a stream till probably, I had said 11, but I might just, who knows? Who knows? Right now, I'm watching this. I had intended to do a YouTube video today, but I might just kick around.
There are, but the liquidity is totally ass.
Yeah, I don't care about the liquidity. What are the terms of the warrant?
December 31st, 2017, 11:50.
2017?
Sorry, 2027, sorry. December 31st, 2027, $11.50 call. But is it? I don't think this is traded though.
It's not traded
I see a
yet.
spread. I see a spread on it, like 50 cents to $1, but
It's not traded yet. Cartesian is one of the largest holders of Panel. I'm just wondering if I can take warrants on Cartesian when it comes out. These guys have ties to Westport.
Westport just came in season 2, by the way.
Where is Westport sitting right now? Westport is down at $6? Oh man, I need more money.
It just came into seasonality as well too.
Okay. Here's what we're doing. We're doing this. Oh no, I gotta wait. Don't do that. What am I gonna do here? What am I gonna do here? With China dropping press that it wants to go more EV heavy, I'm thinking Westport's announcement that China's going to approve them is inbound, which would then roll into Cartesian making more money, which would then result in Cartesian being able to take a larger share in Panel, which would result in Panel's gains. This doesn't matter to me. No, my talk is going to be on how live video is actually an unfiltered way for companies to provide behind the scenes relationships with their customer and client base, and that's not being optimized because companies fear what they don't understand. That a company is willing to look at paying million way too complicated reasoning on Panel, dry bulk index and decades high demand, container shortage equals shipping sector hot. Yeah, there's that, there's iron, there's a whole bunch of stuff. CLOV W to the moon. Yeah, my CLOV warrants are up $3,000 on the day. I'll leave that, and I'm still sitting on cash for ETON here. If ETON doesn't come down by 11:30, though, I'm gonna have to consider taking an entry. TRTN, I have no idea.
I wonder if this is a continuation of Chinese, like the China's play on try to ruin American steel. Because you need iron to make steel, and they are already stocked up on coal, which I thought they were going to use for energy burn. Which then they said, "Oh, we're going to go green tech," and I was like, "Okay, well, if it's not for energy burn, then the only other thing is steel. This is
Yeah,
just
they're
another
saying that
component of it."
Elon tweeted about CCIV. Are they saying that CCIV is a sympathy play? Elon Musk is hosting Saturday Night Live on May 8th. That's interesting.
And finally get some ratings.
Anybody else in the world is talking about being a multi-planetary species, and people lose their mind. He does it, and people are like, "Yep, take notes."
Just like Neuralink. Like, I'm gonna put a microchip. Sorry, I'm thinking of putting, like, microchips in your brain. It's like, oh no, this is bad. Bill Gates bad. All that sort of stuff. The Elon. I'm literally gonna put a fucking microchip in your brain. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, Elon, yeah.
Yeah, I will not be the first one to sign up. ETON just doesn't move, and I need it. I want it to come back down. I may need to just suck it up. There's a sizable sell at 839, so I'm going to see if that does anything. GME stop this run here. I mean, I'm literally fighting over pennies here. Let's go 836. I have insufficient buying power. I don't maintain a cash position, no. We aren't buying Eton. I am buying ETON. We are not buying ETON. I am buying ETON because it has the bio lineup of the century. I've never seen something that has the kind of lineup on its PDUFAs like ETON does. I'm not in either of those. I did not get an 837. I got an 844. That's not accurate. I gotta fix that. Not in May, not in 1 month to have your first earnings of revenue paired direct, like sandwiched directly between two PDUFAs, and the second PDUFA, if it goes through, you get a $5 million check for it going through. I haven't seen that. ZOM is $1. It is really nuts that they're going to see the financial results of their Q1 products right in between two PDUFA approvals. It's absolutely going to be insane for it, in my opinion. I My GME play was not on this insanity. My GME play had nothing to do with a short squeeze. It had to do with the fact that the company had enough money to buy itself out twice over. Um, Thank you for the hat tip, though. I did not play it on this hype. Yeah, they're abandoning the ISS and they're going to build that space station with China. We're going to have the socialist space station, the SSS. Penn is getting into NFTs. This is interesting. Supreme Court case in New York. Uh, sorry guys, I'm just doing things here. Take a look at BLRX. Bioline. $3. Pipeline. Phase 3. Biopharma calendar. BLRX's phase 3 top line data is due second quarter 2021, so any day now. That's top line phase 3. That's not bottom line phase 3. That's not approval. Phase 1, first half of 2021. I don't like I'm not a fan of where this is. If it has positive top line data, then you're going to see it move up. But I like ETON better than this. No problem. Whatever. Again, I'm fighting over pennies here. This is stupid. What if Elon tweets about ETON? Then everything that we have come to know and love in the universe will self-destruct. Um, okay, the reason why I got out of Panel there, guys, was that was a knee-jerk play. I didn't exit on a loss. I mean, I got out $10 in hand. Yeah, spicy big crunch sandwich. Um,
Oh wait, you didn't take it, or
I did, but then I got out again. Eton was the plan for the week, and that it's not that I don't like the play on that, but WPRT at $6 I like more. Eton I like more, and they're two things that I'm very familiar with. Like
Mhm.
Eton I know well. I did the due diligence. I did that properly. It wasn't just a knee jerk reaction to volume. And CLOV or not CLOV, WPRT is one that I've been watching forever. And I said if it came down under 10 again, I would take a look at it, and it's down at 6. Like I just yeah.
Yeah,
That approval from China is long overdue, and if it gets that, this thing is just gonna go.
it came into seasonality today too, so it should have a run from around now to like mid-July.
This guy's got a 250 price point in Westport. That guy's insane. Their earnings is the first week of May. Yeah, I'm in Eton, guys. As always, guys, I keep my portfolio updated on TipRank so you can see everything that I'm currently in there. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you can obviously head over to um, you can head over. The link is down below on YouTube. You can see my portfolio there. No, WPRT is not considered the oil sector. WPRT is considered the green energy sector. It's converting diesel vehicles over to hybrids and potentially hydrogen. Um, but liquid natural gas, propane, hydrogen engines, which is considered more eco-friendly. But they have been waiting forever for news on their approval from China. They got the initial approval, but they need a second one. So 28% volume increase in March over their previous agreement with Weichai. But I mean, this looking at the portfolio now, I've got FTOC, which is fintech. I've got Clover Health, which is bio. I've got Eton, which is bio. I've got WPRT, which is I guess my EV play. I've got SHG. which is healthcare. Westport's technology enables heavy-duty trucks to run on natural gas with reduced fuel costs, CO2, and particulate emissions. Weird that came in twice. Ethereum up 10%. It touched 2,500 today. Yeah, the hydrogen is the other part. They're not quite there yet on that, but that is another piece of the puzzle for sure. CLOV is still holding above 930. Kind of. Plug is just dealing in the US. They've got contracts globally. WPRT has agreements in Africa, Europe, China, Canada, and the US.
This would be great if we do. I know, 2 weeks delayed, but like if it does somewhat confirm a higher short interest, that would actually be funny. It would actually just give it a little bigger spotlight. But Chamath still hasn't said anything, right? Because he's not allowed to.
No, and he won't. In my opinion, you won't hear a damn thing out of Chamath on this.
Yeah, no, that'd be incredibly dumb of him.
Might be a bit aggressive. SLGL, confirm or deny today. What is SLGL? Sol Gel Technologies. Oh Lord, not like this. Their PDUFA date is today. Guys, you still have to understand PDUFAs are coin toss. They are an absolute coin flip. Like, did I get it? Please, 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 please. It gets really scary for me, guys, when I see people trading bio just off of this calendar. They haven't looked at the pipeline. They don't know the company. They're not doing anything with it. They haven't looked at their earnings. They haven't looked at what the product is. It just, even if it gets approved, is the upside to it so big? It's a topical cream. Yikes. Yeah, neither did I. Unilever PLC said Monday that they had agreed to acquire a holistic wellness and lifestyle company on it for an undisclosed sum, $2. What? GameStop's at 155 here. All right, guys. On that note, we are heading into lunch hour. Things are going to die down here. I do have stuff that I got to get done, I think. They're not dumping this year. We'll see. Let's say you and I agree to disagree on that point. Let's see who else is here for you guys to hang out with. Bum, 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 bum. Stock Jack. No. Yeah, Stocky is dealing with a personal crisis of some kind. Have an amazing day, though, guys. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Later. Take it easy. Video this afternoon sometime. I'm going to record it now and hopefully get it out. Later.